Hey, what's up guys? Today is March 17th, 2023. Remember, if you're going to place any bets, it's like gambling and you can lose all the money that you bet on, and that's how I view investing. Don't do what I do. I'm not claiming to be a profitable gambler or that my bets are any good. I just want to give the concepts and logics behind my bet so that you kind of understand where I'm coming from. Hopefully it'll help you make decisions for yourself in the future, and I like to just display what I'm actually doing, and then we can come back to it and see how the bet aged, see if it ended up being profitable or if it was a big loser. Today I want to make a bet on this company, Medical Properties Trust. So you can see it's down about 60% over the year, so good chance that I'm catching a falling knife, and it's going to be a terrible bet, but we'll see what happens. This is a REIT. I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but basically they buy commercial real estate in the medical arena, and then they have tenants. They lease these buildings out to businesses that are in the medical space, like a hospital. So the reason the stock is down is anybody's guess. My opinion is two main reasons. One is rising interest rates. Their business model is borrowing money to buy commercial real estate. So what they've done in the past is going to be harder to do in the future with higher interest rates, because the cost to borrow money is a lot more than it was a year ago. And you'll see this is decimated a lot more than the other REITs, but the real big reason why this is so beat up is because some of their tenants might not be able to pay rent. So I know one went bankrupt, there's another that hasn't paid rent in 2 months, and there's even another that's questionable and they could go bankrupt, and that's why people are fleeing from this stock and why it is down so much, again, in my opinion. So the reason I want to make a bet on this is I think a lot of that is priced in. It could still go to zero. It still has a long way it could go down, but I think a lot of that is priced in for the worst case scenario, and I'm betting that the worst case scenario won't happen, or even if it does, over the long run this stock will beat the market. Okay, so whenever you're making a bet, there's something called the risk-free rate, which right now is a lot higher than it was a few years ago. But basically, if I just go put my money in a savings account in a bank, I should be able to make between 4 and 5%, depending on the bank and depending on how much money I have. And that's completely liquid. I could get it out at any time, and it is as safe as you can be. $250,000 FDIC insured. It's safe. That's why they call it the risk-free rate. So if I'm going to make a bet, I want to be trying to make more than that 4 to 5% where it's at right now. So one way I could do it is just buy into this company right now at the price, and it's actually paying a 14.5% dividend. Yeah, according to Yahoo, it's a 14.23% dividend right now. So that's a lot better than 4%, and as long as this stock just stays at this price, I'd be good. But my favorite way to build out positions is use cash secure puts, which isn't always available for everyone. It depends on how much you actually want and how much money you have. With stock prices that are lower, it's a lot cheaper to do cash secure puts, because with a cash secure put, you basically have to put up the money to buy 100 shares. So if you move this decimal over 2 places, you're looking at about $800 to buy 100 shares of this. So I have the spreadsheet that I use to help me kind of analyze the stock options that are out there. I put in the ticker, get a Google Finance price, and then I put in these variables, the strike price, premium, expiration date. You can watch my videos on options if you're confused about what a cash secure put is and stuff. But basically, I just want to look at what's my return if I do this. What would be the 30-day versus annualized return? What does it cost per option? If the option were to actually get assigned, what is going to be my cost per share? And if it's not assigned, what is the amount of profit I'm going to make from this option, and the number of days and number of months this option is? So we can look at some different scenarios here. If we were to just look at what has the highest annual return, it's usually the shortest expiration. So you're not actually going to make that because this option is only 20 days. But in 20 days, I can make 5%. Remember, that risk-free rate is about 4 to 5% over an entire year. So I could do that in just 30 days. But basically, it costs $750 to buy this option. I'd get 42. If it ends up getting assigned, I basically buy 100 shares at $7.08 on this day right here. And you can see as these expiration dates get further into the future, a lot of times the annual rate will decrease. Again, to keep the video short and sweet, won't really get into it. You can watch my options video if you're wanting to learn more. But this looks pretty appealing. I have to wait 22 months, but I can make 20%, or I can do 15%. I tie up my money for almost 2 years, and I'm betting in those 2 years that this stock is still going to be around here. You can see those are pretty good numbers. Another one that I like is this, less than a year, about 10 and a quarter months, I can make a 15% return. I'm only risking $500 to make $78, and I'm thinking by Christmas the stock is going to be $5 or more. In worst case scenario, I get assigned and I pick up this stock for $4.22 when it's trading at $7.80 right now. And I think over the long term that this stock will do really well and beat the market, especially if I can pick it up for $4.22. I think over the next 10-15 years that it'll do good. Again, complete bet gamble, could lose it all. But I think, yeah, I'm going to place some bets on this guy right here. So we can see, people are trading these options. Not a ton, but enough to where I feel like I'd be able to get out. According to this 66% chance of profit, if I can make 15% over the next 10 months, I'd be happy. And if I don't, I wouldn't mind owning this stock, especially for $4.22 a share. I'm believing in it enough to think that it'll recover from that and want to make that bet. So I'm going to sell it. We'll just do 2. Alright, well, let me know what you think down in the comments. Maybe check back January 19th, 2024. Subscribe if you want to see that video. We'll come back and we'll see how this bet played out. Or if it's already past that time, I'll link that video down in the description so you can see how the bet played out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.